Hi. Obviously, a mammoth game on Sunday for your team against Liverpool. Given how far in front both City and Liverpool have been this season, do you expect the winner of this match to go on and win the Premier League?
I don't know. Will be, will be massive, important 3 points, but still will remain 7 games, 21 points. A lot of things involving Champions League and FA Cup. So, yeah, but it's important. Of course, it is.
Jurgen Klopp has praised you a lot this morning in his news conference. He said that you're the best coach in the world. I guess that's nice to hear from your opponent on Sunday. And if you are the best, where is Jurgen Klopp? Is he second?
I don't know. And I didn't become manager to be the best, honestly.
Is that nice to hear from your opponent, though, to talk about you like that?
I'm not. Thank you so much, but I'm not. I would like to tell you, yeah, I'm the best, but I'm not.
Who do you think?
I didn't become a manager again to be. If we had success, I said many times, it's because we were with my staff with incredible teams, with a lot of money, like all the opponents likes to hear, and a lot of talent players, incredible talent players. I'm still in the process to learn and to be better and still enjoy my job. I became a manager to be on the pitch, preparing the games, feel the emotion during the games. The trophies itself don't create me a special happiness. It's if what we plan, what we think, how we convince the players, how we are all together. That is the reason why I do the job, not for to be, because normally there's not a reason why you are nominated good or bad manager, good or bad football player. So there is not a reason why. There are many factors that you cannot control, that you don't control.
Simon? Hi, Pep. Do you think it's coincidence that ahead of one of the biggest games of the season, more allegations have come out against the football club this week?
You have to ask. I don't know. You know my opinion when happened in the past, how close and how supportive I am in the club, because I know the reality, but I cannot control the people who come. Well, the notice come from outside, and like you understand when the important week we had 1 week or few days ago, when the games we have ahead of us this week, I don't spend 1 second. In fact, I am 50 seconds talking about that. But so, next question, please.
You just think the same as you've always said?
Of course.
Just in terms of your games against Liverpool, people want to create the best rivalry, and this is the era of City and Liverpool. Do you enjoy these games because these are the top 2 teams in England who are going for all the biggest prizes all the time?
Well, absolutely. In the Premier League, the time I'm here, except the first season, that both teams we finished, I think, third, and they finished 4th. From now on, the last 5 years have been the biggest opponent. Has been an incredible and marvelous, contender. It was a good game. But I said many times the opinion about Liverpool, how admire the way they do, how good they are, but at the same time, I enjoy a lot this challenge, and I'm very pleased to leave that on Sunday and next week. And Jurgen has been, as a manager, the biggest rival I've had in my career, and I think what both teams propose is good for the football, because both teams want to try to be ourselves, and will be an incredible test. And we are ready for the challenge.
Please. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Pep. You mentioned the rivalry, but also the games. The odd one has been quite tight, but they've often been quite open. Do the circumstances often dictate the kind of game between City and Liverpool, or have you sensed a pattern developing between the two over the course of the last 5 years?
No, like you said, the times we play against them, always there are many games during the game, many decisions, many actions, many details for both sides that turn. But I think both teams are good, and we try to discover the weak points that they have. There are a few, and try to explore it. And in the same time, we're at home, our people, be ourselves. But yeah, so we play already many times, not just in Premier League, and always was interesting games, very tight and good games.
Hi, Pep. You said before and again just now that Liverpool are the biggest rivals you face as a manager. Your rivalry with Real Madrid and Jose Mourinho in particular was very intense. What makes this rivalry with Liverpool even greater than that?
We play many times, more times. That if you ask me a question to tomorrow, say in your headline, said, okay, I make a jib to Jose, and that game. So it's not the point. So Jose is an excellent manager. It was a rival in Barcelona, but here is more years. So I've been 5 years here and played many times, and especially all the time we were close. I faced in Munich, Jurgen 1 year, but especially here, like when he settled the team and we settled the team, we were there all the time. So every season, except the year we make 100 points, and they did 99 2 seasons later, the rest always was tight, and always we control each other. It's because they are good, and hopefully they can think we are good too. Everyone is here.
Okay. Including Ruben?
No, Ruben. No call for Palmer.
Okay, thank you.
How much? Obviously, Liverpool are going to play their own game, just like you are. How much do you enjoy it when both teams play exactly how they want to play, rather than you have a lot of teams that come here that maybe sit back, but that's not going to happen on Sunday against Liverpool.
We know we are going to defend parts of the game and sit back. We know because we don't want, because it's almost impossible for the way they do. So they make the pitch wider with the fullbacks, higher with the runners, deep runners that they have, all of them. They have the quality in the middle. Always they have 1 or 2 more players in the middle. They had the quality to do. In the beginning, 4 or 5 years ago, Liverpool was more direct, not too much game in between the lines, not much process to make a build up. Now, after 3 or 4 years, they have a good build up with Alisson, Van Dijk, Matip, good commit, with Thiago drop, with of course Fabinho, and all the time they are making threats, in behind. Every time Alexander-Arnold is like an activation, had the ball and everybody connect, and deep runners in behind. Set pieces. Every corner is a real threat for the takers, especially because the corners and free kicks. The big point is not the movement; it's the taker. If the taker is good, then after we can talk about the movement. And they have a good takers with Arnold and Robertson, and of course, big headers, So they are there. So that's why both of us we are there, and it's fascinating again. So we are football players and managers to live this kind of situations. At the end of the season, fighting to be champion again, or fighting for really soon to qualify for the Champions League next season. Like you can say, what do you say, Pep? But this is when you start at the beginning of the season, it's the most important title for the wealthy, for the club, for many reasons. And hopefully our people, I'm pretty sure, will come back and support us in the bad moments. They have to be there aggressive in the terms to support us in the bad moments that we'll have. And I'm pretty sure our people, our players will respond, because I saw they are ready to face the challenge that Liverpool is going to to give us.
You mentioned set pieces then. Have you spent any extra time looking at set pieces this week?
No, I'm not in charge in my staff department. I have Carlos that is in charge, and today we're going to talk a little bit what they do, but they have to adjust something. But when there's a corners and the taker is good and they are taller than us, it's a threat. So we have to accept it.
Hi, Pep. Just about the rivalry with Liverpool. How much longer do you think it will go on? Because 4 or 5 years is quite a long time.
Yeah.
Are we looking at a sort of a Federer Nadal, Ali Fraser, sort of one of these, rivalry for the ages?
Yeah, well, I would say that Nadal, Federer, and now Djokovic is 2 decades, and we are 5 years, so still we are not. But that's true. In football, the situations run quicker, and when the success, to maintain the success for a long time is more difficult than other sport. But in this period, I will remember my period here when I will be retired watching golf. So I'm playing. I remember my rivalry. The biggest opponent was Liverpool, for sure.
Is it that old thing, or that sort of classic thing whereby you wouldn't have been as good a football team if Liverpool weren't pushing you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You need, when you achieve 100 points and after 98 points, you need someone that push you from behind to realize, oh my God, we are there, we are close. You make the mirror and it's here, they are here. Then you have to make another step, that's for sure. And I think, I don't know, Liverpool was going to do, but knowing the club and our chairman and CEOs and the rest, we want to grow. And I'm pretty sure we want to be there more years. And I'm pretty sure Liverpool and the other teams are going to try to do it. The important what I said, so both teams, the more credit I give is the consistency through the years for many years. It's not winning one Premier League. So both teams like 4 or 5 years, every 3 days have been there. And this is the most difficult thing in sport. That's why Federer and Nadal, Djokovic, and all athletes around the world for all the sports, when they are 1 decade, 15 years, being every day there, that is chapeau. And that is what I'm proud the most. But arriving in these stages, we're fighting for the titles, we want to lift it, we want to try it, and we're going to do it.
Right, but obviously your teams have always won a lot wherever you've been, but your career has coincided with a very good Real Madrid team under Jose. In Germany, it was Klopp and Dortmund. Here, it's Klopp and Liverpool. Is that just that you've been unlucky to run into these teams at the different times, or does your team always raise the standards wherever you've been and get the best out of the other teams?
Yeah, Real Madrid make us better. Barcelona, that's for sure. In Dortmund was the time was I think 1 year for Jurgen and or 2 years, and after it was Thomas Tuchel. But here all the time was yeah. In United changed the managers, in Chelsea changed the managers. When I arrived here, Jurgen was already here and still is here, and I am still here. And the other clubs changed a lot of managers, so that's why our consistent both clubs helps to improve step by step what I think the club needs. The sport director needs conversation with the managers, what the clubs, and of course it's obvious to see that we grew up from the day one, and Liverpool as well.
Liverpool need to win on Sunday to go top of the table. You only need to draw to stay top. Does that come into your thinking when you're planning the game?
Yeah, we trained today to sit back 90 minutes to 0-0-0-0-0-0. Yeah, it's an opportunity. Listen, never ever in my life I thought about, they're not stupid, when it's 5 minutes left and we had to defend to keep the result, yeah, we're going to do. And that's for sure, but absolutely not. We prepare the game to be ourselves, knowing how to do it. The way they defend is different than other team in the world, other team, how tight they are, and many things. And we have to adapt a little bit. Our build-up and our finishing, our final third, and our pressing, and our how to defend back. Few things that we know already because we play, as you know, many times, Simon, in these years, and it's just review or talk about how many times we spoke about them.
Pep, on your relationship with Jurgen, you played him so many times. Would he be the type of manager you'd have a glass of wine with after a game? Would you speak to him away from the game?
If we win, I would love it. Yeah, I will invite him. I will invite him. Yeah, I would love it. I think Jurgen makes this world football better place to live. I think his message, and of course a huge competitor, and he is, but I think it's good, honestly. So I try to have a good relation with all the managers. I learned through the years it's better not have relations with them. Between each other is better. At the end, we fight for many things, but I have he knows. We spoke together in Germany here, my admiration about what he does, and you know the message and the way his teams played, and so yeah, I think he's a good guy, and yeah, I don't have absolutely any problem with him, absolutely not. And of course, like he says many times, we are a rich club, the wine will be perfect. So high quality.
So,
Hi, Pep. I'm really sorry to go a bit off topic again, but I need to check with you what Diário Marca published yesterday, saying that the Brazilian FA has an offer. I know. I need to check with you.
Not today. Come on, I'm under contract here. I'm so happy here. So I will not stay forever when I will stay forever here. So it cannot be a better place to be. I will extend the contract 10 years, but I will not extend the contract 10 years. And now is not the moment, please. So I don't know where it come from, because honestly, from
I need to check. Sorry.
This morning.
hi Pep. Over the course of this, you've given a lot of praise about Liverpool, and you broke down their game quite a lot in answer to Jack's question. What would you say about City's team in terms of their strengths? You talked about how Liverpool are good with this, they're good with that, and when Alexander-Arnold, they will connect. I know you wouldn't want to go too in-depth in the praise of your own team, but if you did have to talk about the things that you're proud of your players, what would you say?
I would say, honestly, I would say the incredible things about my team. Looks like when you praise your team is when you praise yourself, and it's far away from my intention. So my team, they are the best. So the way when we draw points, the way we draw points is the way we show me how good they are. So never lose our intention and how honest we are as a team. How try to benefit this sport and winning or losing for many years in this league, in this country. Like we are all agree how difficult it is. And when the people say, no, Manchester City is the best, because always they want to have a net, when the opponents say, Manchester City is the best team. Yeah, they put a net because when they lose, yeah, they are the best. And when they win, how good is the opponent? I would say, yeah, you are right. We are the best. So I like to admit it that my players are exceptional. I don't want to say that like this for the staff or for who they are. So it's many time doing many good things during many years. And it's because we are not ahead of them. It's because they are incredible team. So you see them, analyze them, and said, "Oh my God!" All the situations, how they solve it, everything is stop. But this is what I need personally, to prove myself, to say, hey, "Come on, let's try to beat them, or what we can do to beat them." That is the sport about, and that's why I love it. I like to be here today for the Sunday game. I sleep like a baby these days, so I love it. I'm looking for Sunday. Could be tomorrow, would be better after tomorrow, and yeah, our people. I'm a little bit upset, with the Premier League, because put the game where Tiger is back. So
You might miss the cut.
They have to think about it. They cannot do it. So
are you calmer now? You said you sleep like a baby these days.
Yeah,
You-
absolutely.
these kind of games, this type of the season, you're more laid back.
Yeah, I love it. I'm more relaxed. It's like the week, 10 days before the final Champions League and Chelsea. So I like because I feel we have done it. We have done it very well. We have done it good, and now it's time to enjoy it. I learned from my period in Barcelona. So I suffer more in October, November, December to the rhythm, arrive. But now, what sense to be nervous or worry about the game? Come on, we're playing a top team. We can win or lose, and with our people, we go for it. Give everything you have inside of you, the best of you have. We know that we don't perform in our excellent way. We don't have many chances to have success, and be solid and be competitive until the last minute. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Let's call it a 10:30 Saturday evening embargo. Show of hands in the room, please. If there's anyone on the Zoom for us.